Hello, 5th grade. We've been working with verbs, and today we are going to put together a interactive notebook page on our verbs. We've been talking about action and linking verbs, but this week we're also going to start talking about helping verbs, and that's going to be this right here. You need to have this sheet that you were given. You either have a little boy or a little girl here to use for our notebook page today. And you also need your interactive notebook spiral. So if you need to pause the video right now to go and get those things, you will also need some glue and some scissors to cut this out, and if you want to color a crayon or whatever, or marker. And then of course you also need something to write with in your folder. So I will give you a moment to pause the video and come back and get your stuff. Alright, so what I've done now is I have cut out and colored my little sheet here, and then also the title that you have, and we're going to be putting that in the first clean page that you have in your interactive notebook journals. I've got this one here that I'm starting off, so just find the next clean sheet that you have, and what you'll do is glue this to the very top up here. So just get some glue. Mine's drying up, obviously, it looks like, and put it right there. Okay, and then if you're using your spiral notebook, you should have some extra space to write this definition like this right here. However, I don't. If you notice, if I set it down like that, it hangs off the bottom of the edge right there, and that's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this where it's just kind of touching the top up here so that it's not hanging off down at the bottom. The first thing I'm going to write on here is my definition, and you can see it says a verb is a word that shows action or state of being. Now, at any time, if you need to pause the video so that you can catch up with the writing, you can do that. That's not a problem. But the first thing that you're going to write on here is the verb definition. It is a word that shows action or a state of being. So, let's start here with the action verbs, since that's what we've been working with mainly in class this last week. And action verbs are, of course, verbs that show action. So write that down, verbs that show action. Okay? Right, like that. And some of the action verbs that we can put down here would be something like swim, or bike, play, fly, scream, run, yell, eat, jump. Okay? So, action verbs are things that we can do. When I say, can you swim? Can you bike? Can you play with something? That's asking you for action. That's also when we say that is the predicate of the sentence starts with the verb. So let's use some of these verbs in a sentence just for some examples here. So down here under jump, you can write, we eat lunch, eat lunch at 11 o'clock. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, there we go. We eat lunch at 11 o'clock, and of course eat is our verb. It's right up here. Then if you want to add just another one, just kind of scoot back down here at the top, we can write in kids play at recess. Okay, so there's some of our action verbs. They are showing action. It's something that we are doing. You can actually play, you can swim, you can bike, you can fly, you can scream. All of those things show action. Then the other verbs that we were talking about over here are our linking verbs. Okay? And our linking verbs are the verbs that will link a noun in a sentence to an adjective. So for example, if I were to write the sentence up here, I am a superhero. Okay? Am is my linking verb. It links the pronoun I, okay, I'm talking about myself, I am a noun, to the adjective super. So I am a superhero. Am is my verb. It's not an action. I'm not doing anything with that, but I am being. So it's what we call our states of being verb. Linking verbs describe a condition. It tells how something is or is like. Okay? Tells how something is or is like. I am a superhero. She is a superhero. Okay? That is how she is, what is she is being. And so our states of being verbs, our linking verbs, are be, is, am, are, was, were, and then being, and been. Okay, present tense and past tense. I am being, she is being a superhero. She has been a superhero. So again, we've got our action verbs over here. We've got our linking verbs that link the noun to the adjective. The adjective, also, of course, describes what something is or is like. And so now we're going to put in the middle here our helping verbs. And these are verbs that help the action verb. And what I mean by that is they will help give a sense of time into when something is happening. It's kind of like they use the linking verbs, but they're doing it to tell when something is happening. So the action. Alright, verbs help the action verb. Okay? And the words that are the helping verbs are may, might, must, been, could, would, should, will, shall, and can. Okay, so let's kind of put a little line through here so that we can tell the difference, what we're talking about. So what we're saying, like, the ones that help the action verb, we could say something like, Jenny might visit tomorrow. Okay? Jenny might visit tomorrow. So visit is the actual action verb. Okay? She is visiting. That is what she is doing. But we're putting a little help in there to tell that it might possibly happen tomorrow. So she might visit. You could also say she must visit tomorrow, or she should visit tomorrow. Those are the helping verbs. Another example would be Joe will be participating in the event. Okay? Joe will be participating in the event. So this is telling us that this is probably going to happen. Participating is what he's actually going to be doing. That is our action verb. But the words will be help out that action verb and give us a sense of time when this is going to happen. So again, your helping verbs are going to be might, must, may, been, could, would, should, will, can, and shall. So at any time, if you needed to pause this to go through that and rewrite that, you're welcome to do. But at this point, you should have our interactive notebook page completed. And when you come into class, you can use that to help you with the work that we're going to be doing together tomorrow. So have a great night, you guys, and I will see you in class. Good night.